I'm back for the finals after this intense game, where we took a strategic mulligan. I want to remind you that paid off. So once again we have a great hand. So of course no mulligan. We are on the draw, but that's perfectly fine. Being able to cast half of our spells. Another blue deck, interesting. And Goblin Arson is doing his job of enabling mock flunkies. Very important. Another blue-white deck. No, didn't expect that. And once again I'm just going to go for the damage maximizing play here. But if the flunkies are countered, it's actually okay because they aren't the best late game card anyway. So they wouldn't even have been able to attack. Now I do want to deal as much damage as possible. So the Muck Waiter is more important than the Wall of Fire. I don't know yet how aggressive my opponent is going to be, but I do have the Wall of Fire to stop the ground creatures, and I expect blue-white to play some flyers. You could have the Griffin here. No, even better. Arctic Avon. I drew a Swamp, that's also very nice, of course. Now, I have two options basically. Either I Searing Spear the Avon, or I use Flames of the Firebrand to also get the Soldier token. Some of the Soldier token doesn't seem very threatening and a waste of my removal. So I think this, well, the mana would be a reason to do it differently. Yeah, okay. I changed my mind. And now let's see who is really on the offensive here. Okay, our offensive just stopped as well, so it looks like this is going to be a longer game after all. I think he could have used this to block this indefinitely anyway, so probably wasn't that important. Does he have another Essence Scatter? Okay. It's kind of unfortunate, but I can't really use a Searing Spear on Attended Knight. That's just not how it works. So take another 2, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to kill this, but I have 6 mana, so I can actually wait for my draw step. And now I'm not going to block the Attended Knight, so I can just get in for another damage. Every damage counts. And the race is actually looking fine currently. But of course now it's just a top deck war, where it's better to draw less lands and your late game cards. I would love to see a boar or my fire breathing dragon, or another arsonist. I guess that's fine too. And the question is if I can attack. The problem is, if he has a creature, the Crusader is going to be 3/3, and then I need some kind of plan. So let's stay on defense. That's not great, but also not lethal or anything. So I still have quite a lot of cards to draw out of this. Yeah, protection from white exalted would have been better before he cast Tricks of the Trade. And that's it. Captain of the Watch does its job. Okay, it feels like he did draw a bit better than I did, but I probably wouldn't have beaten this 6-drop anyway. So the important thing is that he has Arctic Aven and a lot of ground creatures actually, and also 2 Essence Scatter, which I will have to be aware of. Now, the question is once again what to do with the Wall of Fires. They seem to be able to block quite well, but the question is if they really help me win the matchup, which I somehow doubt. And everything combat related is going to be quite weak because he has very efficient blockers. So I actually like to go pretty aggressive here, just cutting the walls and trying to raise him. My deck is certainly capable of doing so, and that means I would need Crippling Blight and Wild Gas to make up for the walls. Fire Elemental is actually okay against him. He hasn't shown a lot of ways to deal with large creatures except for the pacifism. But 5 mana might be too much. I think it's just worse than the other cards I have. Reckless Brood could be cut. And I might actually want a Mark of Mutiny because he's playing Tricks of the Trade and stuff like that. But I can't see myself cutting Reckless Brood, not realistically. I could, however, get rid of Volcanic Strength and play Mark of Mutiny instead. That seems like a nice trick to have. If he decides to suit up one of his large creatures, I might swing the race in my favor. And this hand isn't great, but I'm not going to mulligan with turn 2 Mark Raider and turn 4 Blade Tusk Boar. I just need to draw a Wild Guess to get rid of all the swamps. An early solution to my 3-power 2-drop gains him 12 life or something like that, so it's actually very important for him. And right to play it like this, of course. Now, I don't mind him trying to race me because we've kind of seen that I don't want to play the late game against him. The Captain of the Watch is reason enough, basically. And now I'm actually going to just drop the Furnace Whelp here for similar reasons. The Furnace Whelp and Griffin Protector kind of trade damage if none of us blocks, but I want to use my removal spells starting next turn, and that means I need the Whelp in play to deal damage. Essence Drain should also help me quite a bit in the race, gaining back some of the life I'm losing. This is actually an interesting spot where he can almost attack with his soldier token because it's very dangerous for me to block. And because of my racing plans, I'm not blocking the protector. If my hand wasn't like this, I would always block the protector here. And now I just hope that he has just a lot of, what is it called? Essence Scatters in hand. But somehow I doubt it. Somehow I'm afraid that one or more of my creatures are going to die. So it could also be an unsum. Oh, it's just the Flash Fairy. Okay, yeah, that's perfectly fine. And funnily enough, I actually made somewhat right play of not trying to kill the Griffin before attackers. Now, it's not my favorite play to do so, but this saves me 3 damage this turn, and probably more in the future. While I'm still holding Essence Drain for the Griffin. Of course, if he has a 6th land and the rare again, I'm not racing with my boar here, but he could also just have Tricks of the Trade, for example, and then it would be insane. Although I don't see why he would ever want to cast that at that point. Reckless Brood is interesting as well, giving me another shot here. Now, once again, if he has the captain, it's basically not this. I'm not winning this game if he has the 6th drop. But I decided against playing Reckless Brood here because it would give him the option of just trading with the Crusader and then beating me down, or not blocking if he doesn't want to. But this way he might think that he doesn't have a blocker for my boar anyway. So it's possible that he just doesn't leave back defense. But somehow that didn't work out as expected. Now he has quite a lot of defense, and we need something against both Scroll Thief and the Sunstriker. While still trying to kill him, this is going to be quite a task. But I think we probably need our creatures on defense. Yeah, we need Reckless Brood to block the Scroll Thief or the Sunstriker. The boar blocks the Scroll Thief or the Crusader, and we can chump block the Crusader with the Goblin tokens. The problem is, if we don't attack with Reckless Brood in this turn, then he can just let it attack into a 4/4 Crusader next turn, for example. So what I really would like to do is to keep attacking with Blade Tusk Boar. That seems to be the best way to win this game. So that's what I'm going to do. Now he can still force my Reckless Brood to attack next turn, but only if he doesn't attack this turn at all. And I've actually bought myself quite a lot of time. He does have the life linker, but there might be a way out of this. Okay, that's also an option. But that means... well, what does it mean? Oh yeah, he goes up to 10, so I can't just attack him for lethal, which means that going defensive is probably the best idea. And that also includes blocking the Sunstriker, taking 4 once, but then shrinking the Crusader. So I go down to 7, and he has 3 power, then 4. Yeah, I think that's my best shot. I can't let the Sunstriker live, and I don't want him to draw cards, so... and we drew a nice card, but I'm not sure what to do with it yet. It's very possible that we lose because of 1 point of damage here. Okay, or not. Vigilance, other soldier creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Vigilance. So after this guy is in play, he has 4, 5, 6 creatures, so the Crusader would be a 7/7. But Well, I could also try to kill the captain. Then it would only be a 5/5 and the Windrake also deals 7. Okay. So even if we draw Mark of Mutiny, we only bring him down to 1. I think we need to draw the Gazer here. It's like the only card that's going to be lethal. How unfortunate. Now, yeah, I'm just dead. I can take the Windrake and attack for 6, bring it down to 1. Then he kills me. I can take the captain and he has to block it. But then he also gets it back and kills me. Oh, I think that's it. The turn to pacifism was too strong. One damage short. Good game. Oh well, that game was very close. And it's kind of sad that we were basically like one draw step or one turn away from winning. So if he has the land, if he draws the sixth land a turn later, it's very likely that we can beat him. But of course we didn't, so there's not really much to say about that. I really liked this aggressive draft. I think playing the swamps really paid off, especially because of the Muck Raiders. We wanted to have them anyway. Round 2 was an absolute nail biter. I think our opponent could have played better, but he also, well, he probably hadn't kept in mind that I could burn him out. This game was a tough matchup. Certainly, he has a bunch of efficient creatures, and it's really close. Like he got the lifelink, and we had to use Searing Spear, otherwise he would have killed us. And there was a lot of things going on that could have allowed us to deal some more damage, but in the end it came down to him pacifying our 3-power 2-drop. So yeah, that's it for today. I'm Simon Götzen, recording Sam Says for MTGOacademy.com. Let me know what you think in the comments. See you next time.